Now we're going to be talking about the tax credits the government's offering, okay? There's two of them. One they extended, so we'll talk about that one first, okay?
Okay.
That is for first-time home buyers, and the amount is $8,000. I know a lot of people have said they've tried to get this $8,000 when they purchase a home, but there are certain criteria that people need.
There are.
Okay, do you want to name one of them and I'll name another one?
One of the criteria is, well, again, as you said, they have to be first-time buyers.
Yeah, first-time home buyers,
Okay.
yeah.
And there are income restrictions.
Yes, yeah.
So for an individual, they cannot earn more than $125,000 of adjusted gross income, but let's call it $125,000 a year for an individual, and $250,000 for a couple. Or is it $225,000? Maybe $225,000 for a couple.
No, it's $225,000. Because they just extended this actually,
Right.
so they did make some changes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one of the restrictions, is it is phased out a little bit if you make more than that. But that's a good starting point anyway.
Yeah, it is, and they have to be. They have to purchase a home under the $800,000. I mean, that's a kind of a large amount. I'm surprised they even put that in there. But you know, you never know who's out there with inheritances, right?
Right. Well, as a first-time buyer, it may not be
Right.
that applicable.
Right.
At least in this marketplace.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
But for the second half of the tax credit we'll talk about in a minute, it may be more relevant actually.
That's true. The other step is it's good until April 30th. There's two dates floating around out there. April 30th and June 30th.
Right.
But from what I understand is they have to have that property a signed purchase and sale by April 30th, but they can close until June 30th.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly right. So you have to put the house under agreement, under
Right,
contract,
yep.
prior to that April date, and it still gives you time beyond that to close the loan.
So let's go off on a tangent here. What's putting that property under agreement mean? They need, typically when they're working with a real estate agent, it's a $500 good faith deposit on the offer.
Right.
And then another 3 to 5% at purchase and sale.
Right.
Is that what the bank wants to do?
Yeah, it's the same. It's going to be the same standard. Now, of course, the question is actually what the IRS is going to consider for this, because it's not the bank's determination about the tax credit. We're talking about the IRS, and it's a tax credit. But generally speaking, it would be a purchase and sale agreement by April 30th.
Okay. Yeah, because they can always go to irs.gov for more details, of course.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think April 30th is the cutoff date for a lot of things. Because I was reading something else, and it said offer. But an offer and a purchase and sale is two different documents.
They are different things, and
so
I think that if they, my sense is, and we should check this on irs.gov, a signed offer may actually comply. It's certainly more secure to have a purchase and sale. If you're having a purchase and sale, there's no question about it. If it came down to the wire, maybe a signed offer would be okay. But
a first-time home buyer too, a lot of them, if they are considering purchasing in today's market, home prices are low. Do they need to have money in the bank? Are there 100% programs out there? You know, because we just talked about how you need to show good faith and put money down.
Right.
But I've also worked with some VA buyers that don't need money down, but that is 100% financing. But they do still have some good faith monies to put down. So what is the comfortability with the banks?
It's the money down. There are 100% financing, as you said, that still exists. VA for veterans. That's been around forever.
Right.
It still exists. It's a wonderful program.
Yeah.
For active reservists and National Guard, it's not just Army, Navy, Marines. That has always existed. There's also rural housing, which allows for 100% financing in certain towns, in certain areas, and it's 100% financing. There's no PMI. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. There are income limits to it. But when it fits, it works beautifully, and the rates are very, very good.
Is that masshousing.com?
No.
No. Okay.
It's actually USRD, Rural Development.
Oh, okay.
And it's years and years and years ago, it was called Farmers Home Mortgage, or the Farmers Home Program, and it's a wonderful program for people to get them into the home with no PMI, rates in the low 5s, and no money down.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that still does exist. Absolutely.
So first-time homebuyers have some options out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. The initial question you asked was about from a bank perspective, there is no requirement for money changing hands a contract. We need a signed contract. If you're not putting any money down and the seller's willing to take the property off the market, from my perspective, that's fine. Sellers generally wouldn't be willing to do that.
Yeah,
They want
typically
something.
They want to see something good faith.
Right.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But from the bank's perspective, it makes no difference.
It makes no difference as long as they have that all the documentation.
Right.
From the offer, purchase and sale, pay stubs,
Right.
tax returns if needed, and all that stuff, and the credit
Absolutely.
report. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Of course.